Hello my dear friends, this is Prashant Mavani and I welcome all of you in special video lecture of geography. The name of this lecture is Understanding Physical India. As you can see on your screen, dear friends, we have a physical map of India in which you can see rivers. This is your Indus River and other tributaries of Indus. This whole part is of Himalayas, right? In this lecture we are going to start with Himalayas and then later on we will head towards the southern part of India. So basically we will start with the North India and then step by step we will understand different physical division of our country. So let's move ahead. Now, before we move any further, dear friends, remember that you would be able to download this lecture from UPSC-IAS-exams.com, which is our portal. From this portal, you would be able to download the PDF of this video lecture. Himalayas. As I told you, we are going to start from the north. So this whole area in blue shade is Himalayas. Now Himalayas are divided into three different parts. The northernmost part, this part here, dear friends, is known as Himadri or Great Himalaya. The name itself suggests that Great Himalayas, it has world's highest peaks in this part of Himalayas. K2, then Kanchenjunga, Mount Everest and all other highest peaks of the world are located in this part of Himalaya. The second part is Middle Himalaya or Himachal. Now from name Himachal, I'm sure you have figured out that Himachal Pradesh is, or parts of Himachal Pradesh are falling in Middle Himalayas. This part lies in the south of Himadri. So in the northmost part we have Himadri, Great Himalaya. In the middle part we have Middle Himalaya or Himachal. Popular hill stations are located in this part of Himalaya, and the southernmost part is Shivalik. All the places ending with the name Dun, for example, Dehradun, this sort of dunes are located in Shivalik. For your understanding, I would like to show you the picture one more time. So this part here, the highest peak, this is Himadri. The middle part or the southern part of Himadri is Middle Himalaya, Lesser Himalaya or Himachal. And the southernmost part is Shivalik. Right, friends? Now, one more thing, as I have told you earlier as well, that whenever we are learning geography, one of the most important thing that you should have with you is your atlas book. Right, friends? I believe that all the regular listeners know about it, that the way we understand and study geography is with the help of atlas book. So to all the new listeners, I would request you that if you want to get the maximum out of this lecture, then please pause this video here and open the physical map of India in your atlas book. Moving on, if we move a little bit southern side of Himalayas, we find northern plains, right? Now, northern plains, as you can see on your screen, are divided into three parts. The first part is Punjab plains. The second part is Ganga plains. And the third part is Brahmaputra plains. This first part, Punjab plains, is also known as Indus plains, right? Because this part is formed because of Indus river system. The second part, of course, it goes with the name Ganga Plains, so it is easy to understand, and the third part as well, which is predominantly the part of Assam. is known as Brahmaputra Plains, right? It lies to the south of Himalayas. Generally, this part, this northern plain part, but these parts are generally level. They are in level and they are flat. They are formed by alluvial deposits, by flowing rivers, right? Alluvial deposits which are gathered or which are accumulated here because of the flowing river. In our previous part, do remember friends that in our previous discussions we have talked about erosion and deposition. So these alluvial properties, they do get eroded by this flowing river and they do get deposited here again by the flowing river. Three parts: Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra. These are the three rivers which conduct this activity of erosion and deposition, and because of this we have these plains which we call it as northern plains. Now, before moving ahead, I would like to throw you a couple of questions. Right now, imagine that if this part is flat and level and they are formed by alluvial deposits. So we know that alluvial deposits are good for agriculture, right? You can get maximum out of your agricultural field because the land is fertile. So naturally, agriculture is going to be the most important economic activity through which people of this area would be engaged with. The other thing is that as this area is flat, right, there are no hills or things like that, so it would be easy to settle down here as well. So the population of this part of India, generally speaking, would be quite higher. And somehow this is the main reason why states like Uttar Pradesh, states like Bihar have maximum population, right? They are hugely or densely populated because they are located in northern plains, and of course they get a river. Plenty full of water is provided by the rivers that are flowing through this plain, so all their basic necessity is fulfilled. Great Indian Desert. Now from your physical map you can locate like this part, particularly of Rajasthan, right? Some part of Gujarat as well, particularly the northern part, the great run of Kutch, but the major portion of Rajasthan is covered by desert. This desert is known as Thar Desert, right? So this we also call it as, or we also know it as Indian Desert. These are located in the western part of India. They are dry, hot and sandy desert, and very little vegetation is available here. Naturally they are dry, they are hot and sandy, so less amount of population is located here. The less amount of population, less development, right? Life in desert is quite tough. It is very hard because in the summer times the temperature may hit nearly 50 degree, and the interesting thing is that in the summer nights they are quite cold. They are somewhere around 5 to 10 degrees. So you have extreme climate in this part of the world or this part of India, where day temperature is 50 degree and the night temperature is somewhere around 0 degree. So it is quite cold in the night and quite hot. So you can term this area as extreme area. The next part is Peninsular Plateau, right? These are your three major plateaus here. This is Chota Nagpur Plateau, this is Deccan Plateau, and this one is your Central Highlands, and this number 2 is Deccan Plateau. This part is highly uneven, region of numerous hills and valleys. Do locate Vindhyas and Satpura range, right? These are the two mountain ranges. We have Western Ghat, Eastern Ghat, and one of the most important thing regarding Peninsular Plateau is that because they are plateau, they are rich in minerals. And in our previous discussions, we have talked about in detail that in plateau area you will find activities like mining, activities like you will find industries over here because raw material is easily available, right? Coastal plains. Now this part of India is our coastal plains, starting from Gujarat and ending somewhere here in West Bengal. This whole area is our coastal area. So in coastal area, dear friends, you have two mountain ranges. One is Western Ghat. The name itself suggests that this is in the western part of our country. So here is your Western Ghat, and on the east side we have Eastern Ghat. Western coast plains are quite narrow. If you open your physical map, then you will find that there is a very thin line or the thin area between the mountains of Western Ghats and Arabian Sea. Between that you will find a narrow strip of land, and if you observe Eastern Ghats and Bay of Bengal, then you will find that the land strip is bit broader compared to Western Ghat. Then finally, the last thing in today's physical division of India is islands. Now, India has two islands. One is Andaman and Nicobar Island, and the second is Lakshadweep. Now the difference between these two islands is that Lakshadweep is located in Arabian Sea. That is, Lakshadweep is quite near to the state of Kerala, and Andaman and Nicobar is located in Bay of Bengal. Now one of the most interesting thing regarding Lakshadweep Islands is that 8-degree and 9-degree channels are passing from this island, right? 8-degree and 9-degree channel are passing from this island. If you have a good atlas book, then you will find in your physical map it is clearly given, of course in very tiny letters, but if you observe it properly, then you will find 9-degree and 8-degree channel is passing from Lakshadweep. The other interesting thing regarding Lakshadweep is that they are formed, or you can call them, coral islands. Now what is coral island? Coral are skeletons of tiny marine animals called polyps. Now when the living polyps die, their skeletons are left. Other polyps grow on top of the hard skeletons, which grow higher and higher, and after many years, right, it could be hundreds and hundreds of years, after that you find islands are formed here. So this is how coral islands are formed, right? Remember that Lakshadweep is a coral island, and this is how coral islands are formed. I have tried to explain you in as briefly as possible. And the second island, or the second group of island we have, is Andaman and Nicobar, located in Bay of Bengal, and 10-degree channel is passing from, or you can say that 10-degree channel divides Andaman and Nicobar, because it is passing right in between these two Andaman and Nicobar islands, right? So dear friends, that's everything what we have learned today. I will quickly revise. We have learned about Himalaya, divisions of Himalayas, right? After that we checked out northern plains, right? They are also divided in 3 parts, and they are formed by 3 rivers. One is Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra. Then we have checked Great Indian Desert. We have located it. We have known about the extreme climate over here. Peninsular Plateau, predominantly 3, Central Highland, Deccan Plateau and Chota Nagpur. Right, we will find industries in this area because of rich deposits of minerals. Coastal plains, Western Ghat and Eastern Ghat, and in islands we have located and understood about Lakshadweep, which is a coral island, and Andaman and Nicobar. And do not forget about this 10-degree and 8 and 9-degree channel, because this sort of questions, particularly in prelims, I remember a couple of years ago, it was I think in 2014 or 2015's prelims exam, there was a direct question regarding 10-degree channel. Right, so chances are that in 2017 you may be asked about 8-degree and 9-degree channel, who knows, but your preparation should be very good, your understanding should be clear on these topics. In our future discussion, we are going to learn about what are the impact of this physical division on the weather and climate of our country. Right, dear friends, so I will keep this lecture, I will conclude my discussion or this lecture till here. In our next lecture, we will learn new things about our country. Right, do not forget to download this file from our portal, and I would be eagerly waiting for your valuable feedback. This is Prashant Mavani signing off. I'll see you all soon. Till then, enjoy your studies. Goodbye.